very convenient to configure which users are going to execute each activity in your workflow. As you can see, each activity is placed inside a swim lane. Each swim lane represents a role in your workflow. So for example, the approve activity is associated with the role approver. If we go to the activity properties of the approve activity, you see that this activity is indeed associated with the role approver, and by clicking on the configure role button, you can specify which users are going to fulfill the role of approver. As you can see over here, it is Mark who's going to take the role of approver. Assume that this approval step is used to approve a new contract. When it concerns a contract that is categorized as low risk, it's okay that Mark takes the role of approver. However, if it concerns a contract with a potential high risk, we would like to assign the step to a different user. We can accomplish this by means of conditions. To add a new condition, we can simply click on New Condition. We can specify a name for this condition. For example, this is the high risk condition. Using this rule editor, you can specify the exact criteria of this condition. So in this case, we have on the item a field which is called the estimated risk. So if you select that one, if that is equal to the value high, or we add an additional line, if the estimated risk is equal to critical, and we put an or in between, then we consider this as a high risk contract. So we simply click Save to create the rule. So now we can add an additional line, and we can use that condition, the high risk condition, to assign it to a different user. For example, this one. This configuration specifies that if it's a high risk contract, then it will be Dirk that will be executing the approval, otherwise it will be Mark. Assume that in a previous workflow step, a user already specified who needs to take the role of approver. In that particular case, we do not want to link the role of approver to a specific user over here in this form, but we would rather use the one specified in the previous step. We can do this by making use of bindings. If you click on this button over here, it will show you an overview of all the properties that are available in this workflow. This concerns general workflow context properties, it concerns workflow variables, but it also concerns all the fields on your item. In this case, the approver is stored as a workflow variable. So if we go over here, we click on workflow variables, there is one variable available, approver, which is the one that was filled in the previous workflow step. So if you click this one, we specify that the role of approver will be fulfilled by the user specified in the approver workflow variable.